Hey, what's up everybody? Here's a little update on the kit project. I was out in the garage doing a few bits and pieces, so I thought I'd shoot a quick video. It's been a couple of weeks, so at the moment we're just putting some juice back into Kitt's power. Battery's a little bit low, so we're just giving him a bit of a charge. So one of the things that I didn't mention in my last video, I don't think I did anyway, is we're in the process of moving Kitt. Kitt is going to have a new home soon. As you can see, all of Kitt's spares, all of the interior seats and everything, it's all packed up, ready to go. We're actually moving house, so Kitt's going to have a new home in about 6 weeks time. So we've got the center console over there, we've got various bits and pieces, we've got the lights at the back, we've got obviously the roof still there, that's going to go soon when he goes in for paint, and the roof. So I'll just give you a little bit of a background to what's going on as to why this is all happening now. So we're basically moving house, and we're going to be moving house in about, I would say, about 6 weeks. So Kitt's obviously going to have a new home. We will have a garage, so wherever he goes he will have a nice warm garage, and we're just going to continue the build. And this is why I said that I was going to put Kitt into the paint shop in about 5 or 6 weeks. So that probably makes a bit more sense now you know that. So what we're going to do when we move house, Kitt's going to go into the garage to be resprayed, and then what that means is, while we're moving house, while we're moving all our furniture and everything over to the next house, Kitt will be in the garage, so I don't have to worry about any storage for him. So that's why I decided to put him in the garage at that particular time. I thought that's probably the best thing to do. So he's just out on the driveway today, just giving him a bit of a charge up, because I was quite surprised today. I went to start him and he struggled to turn over, so I think the battery's a little bit flat, but it's getting there though. It's charging up slowly, so probably leave that on charge most of the day. So we'll put him back in the garage soon, and then just leave that on charge for another 4 or 5 more hours. It should be good. So yeah, we're just trying to get everything ready for when we move, which, as you can imagine, if you've ever moved house, you know how much is involved. There's a lot of paperwork. You obviously then have to move all of your stuff. If you've got a garage, and I've got a double garage, all my spares and everything, it's just there's a lot of work involved. Well, if you know anybody that wants to buy a fridge freezer, let me know. This was my beer fridge for the garage. I used to have all my cold drinks and beers in there. When I was working on Kitt 3 years ago during lockdown, I used to keep all my cold drinks in there for the project. Yeah, but anyway. Oh, one of the things I am going to have to do is get some rear springs for the car sooner rather than later, because he sits too high at the back. I mean, you might not be able to tell from this video. It depends how much experience or how much you know about the Kitt projects, but if you look at the front, there's not a very big gap above the tyre to the arch, okay? And if you look at the back, there's a bit more of a gap. Now, it shouldn't be that high. The front springs are sitting lovely, but the rear ones are just too high. So what I'm going to have to do is get the springs changed. I've looked around and there are ones that I can buy. I bought these ones from Rock Auto. These are completely standard springs, but I've spoke to a couple of people and they are renowned for just sitting a little bit too high like this, even though they're brand new and they're just normal standard springs. This is how they sit, supposedly. They are just a little bit too high for a kit replica. But not only for a kit replica, I guess if you've got any other Trans Am or Firebird and you want the ride to be a little bit lower, then these springs are not going to be very good. So these are brand new. I bought them from Rock Auto when I was doing everything else on the car mechanically about 1.5 years ago. But you know, there you go, it's one of them things, can't be helped. I have to get them changed. But this is what happens if you ever do one of these cars, or if you ever build a Trans Am and just maybe give it a, you know, a bit of a makeover. So whether you're going to do a kit project like me, or you're going to do a normal Firebird or Trans Am, all these little things make a big difference. You know, you're going to have to think about the springs, obviously the exhaust, which I've done already, the ride height, make sure that the, you know, the under the car is all good. One thing I will just say as well, and this is something that I did consider when I first bought this car. If you remember back a couple of years ago when I bought this car, I said, didn't I, that I wasn't sure if I was going to make it a T-bar roof. I wasn't sure if I was going to buy the T-bar roof and then convert it. I thought about leaving it as a hardtop. Now I've got the roof there. We all know that that's definitely what I'm going to do now. But a few people I've seen on some groups recently have been talking about a hardtop Trans Am, like for a kit project. And they've said, oh, they'd rather just leave it a hardtop because it doesn't leak and it's just easier and it's easier to get hold of. You can buy a hardtop Trans Am easier than you can a, well, especially here in the UK. I don't know about the US. It's probably quite easy over there for you guys, but here in the UK it's very difficult to find a good solid Trans Am, a 3rd gen with a T-bar roof which is automatic. And if you want the 5 litre or the 5.7, obviously that's going to be even harder, you know. So some people have sort of said that they don't want to change it to a T-bar, and I've said, well, and my opinion has always been, well, kit has always been a T-bar. If you're going to do a kit project, you have to make it a T-top roof. Now, some people say about they leak, and they leak in the middle there, and the water goes through. It doesn't. If you fit the roof correctly with the right type of rubbers and everything is sealed, it won't leak. I guarantee you that, because my last car didn't. When we get to the roof stage, I will show you what I do. I will show you how I seal everything so it doesn't leak. When I put the seals in the T-bar area, I actually stick them down. I actually stick them down so there's no, there's minimal gap. And then I also put a bead of sealant around the top as well. So my last car, it didn't leak. It was absolutely fine. So any of you watching this and you're thinking to yourself, well, Paul, why don't you just leave it a hard top because it's easier and it might leak? Well, no, I'm definitely going to change it. You probably know that if you've watched any of my kit videos. But if you know anybody, or if you personally are thinking about doing one of these cars and you've got a hard top, my advice is don't worry about it, just change the roof. Because when someone actually sees these cars in a car show, if yours is not a T-bar roof, you're going to get so much abuse. Honestly, I thought about this and I just thought, you know what, I cannot do it. I cannot take my car to car shows as a hard top with everything else looking like Knight Rider. I just can't do it. So I thought, you know what, for the sake of an extra couple of £1,000 and maybe an extra few weeks of work, I'm just going to change it to a T-bar. And also, if you were ever to sell the car, it would be a 100% replica of kit if you had a T-bar roof, you know. You know, obviously as long as everything else looked like kit, you know, the interior and the wheels and everything. So there you go. Yeah, I just thought I'd say that because I've seen a few people recently talk on the groups on Facebook, and they've sort of said that they've got a hard top and they're probably just going to leave it a hard top. And you know, it's up to them, it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do with your own cars. But me personally, I just think go the extra mile and just change the roof. Don't worry about it leaking on the roof, because it won't, as long as you do things how I'm going to show you how I do it. When we get to that stage, I'll make sure I do a nice video and show you how I do it. So it's a lovely day here in the UK, nice sunny day, spring day, so we thought we'd get kit out. But there you go, just another quick update. I'm just running on about a load of nonsense really, but I thought I'd give you guys a quick update. Every time I get the kit out, I like to just sort of shoot a quick 10-minute video and just give you, I don't know, a little bit of an update, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting him back from the paint shop, definitely. So there you go everybody, that's just a quick video of Kit. As I say, we're just giving him a bit of a charge up, and I thought I would just give you a quick spiel along the way. There you go, we're going to end the video now. So cheers guys. If you're not already subscribed to Funky Projects, then make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you click that bell icon as well so you get notified of any future videos coming up. So lots more coming up on the kit project. So the next job, as I said, we're going to send them into the paint shop, but we are moving house in a few weeks, as I said, so we're just getting everything ready. It's going to look nice. Hopefully we'll be able to get him on the road later this year. That isn't a 100% guarantee, but we will try and get him on the road later this year. If we don't, we don't. We'll just have to wait until early next year. But at least if he isn't on the road this year, there'll still be tons of videos that I can send you, that I can show you, that I can make, because we're going to be doing all the interior later in the year. We're going to be doing all the electronics and everything else. So either way, there'll be tons of stuff to send you guys throughout the year, content wise. But that's it, thanks for watching. That's it from Funky Projects. See you in the next video everybody. Take care for now.